This is going to be just your second part to the lesson, okay? So we're only going to do, I believe it's 2 slides, this one and the next one. We're not going to do the temperatures. They're not as important, and we just don't have the time today. So we're just going to focus on rewriting equations for y, and then the next slide. Okay, so this is 2 more problems very similar to the 2 that we worked yesterday. Okay, there's a few little differences, but nothing major. So what I want you to do is start on this first equation. 4x minus 4y equals 1. Solve for y. Okay, just like we did the first 2. Follow the same order of steps as we did on the first 2. All right, go ahead and try to solve for y. So first thing I would do is what? Can someone raise your hand and tell me what is the first thing you did? I need to get y by itself. What would you do first, Micah?
Minus 4x to both sides.
Yes, minus 4x to both sides. Did y'all do that? Yeah? Okay. Now bring down. What do you bring down on the left side? What do you bring down? Negative 4y. Did you bring down the negative? Okay. 4y is negative. It has a minus sign in front of it. So you got to bring that down. Okay. Equals, what do I write first?
Negative 4x.
Yes, negative 4x and then the plus 1. And then what do I need to do now to get y by itself? Someone different. Nick?
Divide by negative 4.
Yes, and you even got the negative. Good job. So divide by negative 4.
4 divided by negative 4.
All the way across, all the terms. So this reduces down to just 1, y, or just y.
Because
Look, this one reduces 2. Right? What's negative 4 divided by negative 4?
1.
It's 1x also. And then minus 1 over 4, or if you said plus negative 1 over 4, that's fine too. Okay, how'd you guys do? Did anybody get that before I did? Anybody get that right? Or if you missed it, do you see where you missed it? Do you see what you did? Any questions? Any questions, guys? Okay, let's look at this last one. All right, again, very similar. We still are solving for y. What number is understood in front of the x?
1.
What is it, guys?
Negative 1.
It's a 1 or a negative 1. All right, go ahead and solve for y. Do not subtract 5y first. You hear me? Okay, so that's a common mistake I keep seeing. We don't subtract 5y. We're trying to solve for y. We have to move everything else. Okay, so it's already subtraction, so yes, very good. So you would add 1x to the other side. All right, and let's see, Josh, could you tell me what you brought down, like what your new equation would be?
I brought down my 5y,
Uh-huh.
and I divided it by 5.
Okay, what's on the right side? 5y equals
5y equals 10. Wait.
1x plus 10. Okay, and then he's right on the dividing. Divide everything by 5. And y equals 1/5 x plus 2. 1/5 x plus 2. Okay. All right, last example, guys. All right, so on these, all it's trying to reinforce to us on this example is just identifying I can solve for any part of an equation if I just do inverse operations. So it's going to ask us to solve for different parts of it. Like on the first one, I know it's not color-coded on your notes, but look up here on the screen. All right, it's asking us to solve for b. Okay, so if I want to get b by itself, I just have to do the opposite operation to get rid of the h. Well, do you see addition here between the two? Do you see addition or subtraction? So what do you know it is between the two letters? Multiplication. What's the opposite of multiplication? Division. So divide both sides by whatever is connected to the variable you're solving for. H. If you divide one side by h, you have to divide the other side by h. So a over h equals b. And that's all you have to do. Yeah, I know it looks weird because it's a bunch of letters, okay? But just remember what we did here. All we're doing is saying, okay, b is what we're trying to get by itself. It's multiplied by h, so I can divide by h to get it to cancel. All right, so based on what we just did, I want to see who can get the second one right. All right, Nick, what'd you do?
I got A over B equals H.
Yes, because he divided both sides by b, a over b equals h. You guys want this question on your test?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. That means you understand. All right, now let's look at the next one. Again, they're just giving us another formula that we can look at and just, again, remember, if I'm solving for, on the first one, if I'm solving for p, and it's all multiplication, can anybody maybe take a guess at what I could do to get p by itself? Kind of following the same pattern? Anybody? Beasia, I can tell you know what to do. Okay, well, I'm solving for p, so you're right to divide by what? What would you divide by to solve for p? RT, very good. RT, both sides. And now just rewrite the equation. That's all we're doing here, is just rewriting. So say you're given a problem where it asks you to solve for principal. This is what you would do. You would take the interest and divide the rate times the time to find the principal. All right, go ahead and do the last one. Perfect. Very good. All right, so she knew that she had to solve for r, so she divided by the other variables. So r equals I over pt, or if you wrote it the other order, I over pt equals r. That is also correct. All right, and that's all we'll do. We are going to take off number 26 off of your homework. So we're down to 7 problems now on your homework. That's all we're going to do. We'll take the last few minutes of class to work on your homework since it's a long weekend. Hopefully we can get our homework pretty much done in class today.